In this demo, I'll be showing you how to access the Rust Standard Library API documentation. Before we jump into documentation, I'm just going to create a quick program, and I want to determine whether or not my vector here has any numbers in it. We can see that it does have numbers, but it is possible that there are no numbers if we were to modify this vector in the future. The Rust Standard Library has a function to do this for us that will check to see if there's anything in the vector. In order to access this documentation, we can go to Terminal, New Terminal, type in rustup.doc. Once you hit enter, a web browser will load with the Rust library documentation. We're going to go straight down to the extensive API documentation, although I do recommend going over some of the other documentation that is available. Once you click the link, we're navigated straight to the API documentation. The documentation has multiple sections, and I highly recommend reading this first page on your own. We're going to go straight down to the vector module right here. And within the vector module, we have the vector structure, which is located right here. So I'll click on that. And we're specifically looking for a functionality that will tell us if there are any elements within the vector, because I want to know if there's any numbers in my vector. On the left side of the screen, we can see all the methods that are available on the vector structure. I'm specifically interested in the isEmpty function right here. When you click on a function, it will highlight the function right here. And it simply returns true if the vector contains no elements. We also see that there are examples showing you how this function can be used. We can see that it's fairly straightforward to use. We just have the vector and then type in .isEmpty, and that'll let us know if we have any elements or not. So this is the function that I'm interested in. I'm going to go back into my program. We'll close this terminal. So all I'm going to do is match on numbers.isEmpty. And if it's true, meaning we don't have any elements, then we'll just print out no numbers. And if it's false, we'll just print out has numbers. If we run this program, the isEmpty function will evaluate to false and will print out has numbers. Let's just run it to ensure that's the case. And as we can see, has numbers is printed. As mentioned earlier, there is a lot of functionality available in the standard library that can be utilized to write your programs. The search bar at the top allows you to easily locate functionality that may be needed for your programs, and the examples provide an easy way to implement the functionality within your code. To demonstrate this, we'll just type in vec, and we can see all the instances where vector appears within the Rust documentation. If we want to specifically find the function that we just used, isEmpty, we can see that there are a lot of instances of isEmpty. And we want ours for vector, so we can just click on this and jump straight to it. So if you have an idea of what you're looking for, then the search bar is a great tool to attempt to locate it. This concludes the demo on the Rust Standard Library documentation. I'll see you in the next presentation.